The second edition of March Mascot Madness is right around the corner. Tips on March 1st at 4 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/ShaunosaurusRex. You still have time to go on over to challonge.com. That's CHALLONGE.com/March Mascot Madness 2 to fill out your bracket. To get you excited for the tournament, I went back and picked the 5 best games of the previous tournament, September Mascot Madness, for your viewing pleasure. We've made it all the way here. The #1 best game from last year's September Mascot Madness tournament, a first round matchup between Temple and Minnesota. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Hello. Welcome back. It is part 1. Part 2 of part 1. Yeah, we're back doing the Temple Owls and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. So here we go. Coming off the most exciting game so far. That was an incredible match. Watching all that go down. So we have All-American 10 minutes. And here we go. We're going to Minnesota. State that I will be near in less than 2 weeks. Boom, 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 bye. In a very aesthetically appealing matchup between the Minnesota Golden Gophers and the Temple Owls. Oh, this looks great. I really like Minnesota's mid-court logo. That is great. That is absolutely fantastic. Wide open. Temple with the 3 to open the game up. So quick start. I'm pretty sure I picked... what's it called? Yeah, I picked Minnesota for this one. 2-2. I'm doing better this first round. Ooh! Up and no good. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, this is our first... Oh, yes. Okay. I'm reading that correctly. This is our first of many somebody has to win games. I named it weirdly in my early notes. Backcourt violation is going to give Minnesota the ball. Let's see, I named it Battle of 0-1 Teams. And then, oh yeah, okay, so someone has to win. This is the first one of, I think, like 7 matches of teams that have 0 wins in the tournament so far. Temple lost to North Carolina and Minnesota lost to Michigan State. So here we go. Somebody's going to the second round for the first time ever, and somebody is going to go home and experience the same crushing defeats that they did the first time this was held. Minnesota up 4-3, just over a minute gone here in the first half. We have some good teams playing in the back half of this opening day. This was the day that was probably the most stacked as far as like popular teams, with Ohio and Northwestern both in this area. But then you have 3 like state local teams where you have Washington State, and Gonzaga all playing. So not that any of the other teams are bad. I think we get the best looking matchup in the next round, and I'm very excited for that. Tomorrow we have the game broken, double team happening. 3 shot is up and no good. Temple with the rebound. The Owls down 2. Minnesota working on a 5-0 run here. Get the ball back. Working on a fast break. The center not going to take a 3, so he'll pass it inside. Lots of Gophers down there, and finally someone throws it up and into the hoop. 4-2. 7-3 Minnesota. That great mid-court logo. Unfortunately, if Minnesota wins this game, they will be the away team in the next round. Big 3 from Temple cuts the lead down to 1. So Temple's either scoring 3s or they're not scoring at all. Minnesota working for a 3-pointer of their own, it looked like, but nice defense by the Temple Owls. Ooh. Ooh, Temple. Here we go. Here we go. Look, what did I say? They even scored a 2-point shot and still have an opportunity to score 3 points in a possession. That's what Temple is doing. What is it? Temple doing Temple things or whatever. Also, was very worried that I was going to jinx him. Minnesota up 4-2, stops the run, ties the game up. So a 7-point Minnesota run is matched by a 6-point Temple run, and we're all knotted up at 9. Ooh, nice. Maybe? I'm not really sure. It kind of looks like a block, but it may have also just gone off the bottom of the backboard. Wide open 3. He is up and good. I like the little sound effect in the background when you hear 3. And I also really like the Big Ten logo, because at the time, the Big Ten had 11 teams, and they were able to incorporate that in. Now the Big 12 has 10 teams, and the Big Ten has 12 teams. It's all goofed up. It's all weird. Temple with a 3 of their own. No good, but an offensive rebound leads to a turnover. Maybe it just got kicked around a little bit. Oh, Temple couldn't quite get it. It would have been out of bounds anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But it ended up in Minnesota's hands anyway. 3 is off. Nevertheless, Temple comes back up the court. Battle of the tails here. I didn't realize that both Minnesota and Temple would put tails on their mascots. Minnesota going on a 5-0 run to take care of that tie and get it out of here. I don't know why I said take care of. It doesn't make any sense. There's no reason for me to say take care of. .531 left. Temple ended up with a 3-point play. In the weirdest of ways, you can end up with a 3-point play, which is a made free throw, a missed free throw that led to a rebound to a layup. If they were batting for like the 3-point cycle, I think they already have it. Oh man. Because they have a regular 3-pointer, a 3-point play, another 3-pointer to cut the lead down to 1, 16-15. Temple, what a bizarre situation that was. Or is, I should say. Offensive rebound for Bucky will give the... That's not Bucky. It's somebody else. Bucky Badger. Golden, Gopher Golden, maybe? That's a 2, which is why it didn't go in. That was a 2. There we go. There's the first 2. They break the streak. Finally just come away from the offensive side of the court with only 2 points. Gopher up for 2. 20-17 with 4:18 left. Back out. Shocker. Temple looking for a 3. Passing the ball around. Back out. Thinking about going inside. They're really spreading it across the perimeter, but not really putting anybody down low. There's somebody steps up and takes a jumper that is no good. Minnesota working with a little bit of a quick pace. Goes up and in 4-2. So 22-17. Oh, Temple didn't quite come across the 3-point line. It doesn't matter because he stepped out of bounds. Just stepped out of bounds. Ooh, offensive rebound. Ooh, up no good. Still up 5. Temple still down 5. There they go, working it around. Didn't quite catch and shoot it. He looked like he thought about it. in, fouled. So we'll see 2 shots from the line. First one's good. And we have 23-17. Do we have... Oh, we have an opportunity for another 23-19 game. 23-18. I have my pen at the ready. 23-19 game. That is 23-19. That is the third one so far. Crazy. I'm not 100% sure. I have a feeling I missed it in the last one, or potentially missed it in the last one. So I need to go look at the Clemson game and see if there was an additional 23-19 game. Shot up, no good. 25-19 now. Minnesota leading by 6. Looking to pull away here a little bit. At home in the opening round of September Mascot Madness. You can follow along at the link below. Unless you're watching this on YouTube, at which point, or in which case, it'll spoil it, so don't look. If you're watching live on Twitch, you can look at past games and look and see what's coming up next. Everything's broken down into 8-game sections, so first 8 games, as you can see above me. This is the better hand to use for that, because that's where it is. First 8 games, it'll be 9 through 16, 17 through 24, 25 through 32. And the crazy thing about this tournament is half of the time spent doing this is just the first round. Oh my goodness, that owl got blocked. That owl got blocked. All kinds of blocks. The Beavers are throwing the Gophers, the Golden Gophers, the GGs, as they're known by no one, throwing a block party. So the first 4 parts of this are all just the first round, and then it progressively gets, obviously because everything gets in half, so the round of 32 is 2 parts, and then Sweet 16 is 1 part, and then everything else, the Elite 8, Final 4, third place game, and the championship game are all in one section, and that part really ramps up the speed. Temple going for 2, taking it, 29-23, so 6-point lead for the Golden Gophers, which, considering that the Temple team scored in clumps of 3 for most of the first half, not worried, but this isn't maybe the position we want to be in. But as I say that, Minnesota buries a 3 of their own and extends the lead to 32-23, a 9-point deficit. Nice competitive first half here, and a nice flow. Ohio and Texas Tech. $20 seconds remaining, first half. Golden Gophers up with another 3, no good. Temple with a chance to hold for the final shot. Granted, the Golden Gophers had that last time on their offensive possession and elected not to do it. Temple running out of time, going back deep, 2 up and good. They'll knock the lead down to 5, but the Golden Gophers may have something to say about it, except for the center was the one taking the shot from 3, which means that isn't getting anywhere near the rim. This is apparently the number 9 toughest place to play. I highly doubt that matters in this. I didn't even know that was a thing that they were keeping track of in this game. Temple seems unfazed, though. They do miss the tip in, miss the tip in, miss the tip in. That was 3 opportunities for points to bring it to a 1-score game, but they can't convert. I never would have thought that Minnesota would have been the number 9 toughest place to play, because I don't think Minnesota's ever particularly good at any sports. They were dynastic in football in the 60s, but they've never been able to recreate that. That's crazy. I'm sure, I don't know. Oh, Gonzaga, I would bet, would be on that list as well, because when this game came out, they were probably riding some insane streak of home wins or something. And Gonzaga is tremendous at home. It helps that they are like by far the best team in the West Coast Conference, but they are still a tremendously difficult team to beat at home. They've been very good, even on a national stage. They've been very good. They went to the championship game a couple years ago. Anyway, I'd bet that we see something about that here in Spokane when we're there on Saturday afternoon, I believe. They'll be the first game up against the Washington Huskies. It's a good way to start. Start in the state of Washington. The state of Washington will be guaranteed a representative in the Sweet 16. Anyway, back to this game. It is 36-28. We got an 8-point lead for the Golden Gophers. I guess Temple's on a run, but I don't really know. They've quieted the crowd here in Minnesota. Nice turnover. Nice fast break opportunity. Draws the contact. Will go to line with a foul. That's the way to do it. You can bring it down to a one-score game. 4 points, 36-32. Temple doing a great job and never really letting them get out of sight. They've had some bigger deficits towards 8 or 9 points, and I'm really tired. I thought I saw a double. Turns out those were two separate players. Anyway, nice block. Temple threw it away or walked it away. He walked out of bounds. And was like, lol. Oh, out of bounds Temple ball. So be repaid with Minnesota throwing it behind the backboard. Temple's done a good job of making sure that they're always within striking distance. And with how well they shot the three how efficiently they shot the three early in the game, or just scored in clumps of three, 3 points doesn't seem like it's all that difficult for Temple to come by. They are now down 1. Looking for another stop here on the defensive end, looking for a lead. Minnesota. Defensive foul. A little surprising. Probably didn't have position. Shot up and good. So back out to 3 for Minnesota. See what Temple can do here. Do they elect to tie or do they just trade twos? Doesn't seem like they've had quite as many opportunities from deep. That was what they were looking for, but he was a little too far behind the line to do anything about it. Ooh, wow. Weird looking 2-point shot, but it went down for him. 38-37. Ooh, foul. Send Minnesota to the line for 2. 6:49 left here in the second half. First one's good. 39-37. Second one rolls in as well, 40-37. Oh, nice turnover. Nice turnover for the Golden Gophers. They'll go up, alley-oop. No, alley layup. First shot up and good. Second shot up and good, and the lead is now stretched out to 5. Minnesota with a little more pressure. They're running the trap. You can see the difference in the trap as they run 3 people, 2 guarding individually, and then the third moving back and forth. Moving back and forth to pick up some pressure, hoping to cause an animation that will lead to a turnover. Temple went up the court and shockingly made a 2 that now is going to turn into 3 points. And they went to the line. So we have a 42-40 game. It's a very good game. 44-40. Nice little jump shot by Minnesota there. Backed off the full court pressure a little bit. That seems to be the trick. You don't have to break it much. You only have to break it once or twice. If the defense keeps getting turnovers, they'll continue to use it. But once you get some points off of it, they seem to lay off of it quite a bit. Trading twos here, so the lead is switching from 2 to 4 points down the floor the last couple of times. We're now at 46-42 with 5:33 left, second half. Up and in, 46-44. As the pattern would lead you to believe. Now down to 2, potentially back out to 4, and then back down to 2, and then back out to 4. And that's what happened, back out to 4, so we'll see if Temple can respond. I'm surprised Temple's backed off their 3-point game as much as they have. Because they looked really good with it earlier. Oh, nice. Nice, got the little finger roll to go in there, bounced off the back rim a couple of times. But the Golden Gophers had an opportunity to stop that. And they still, they were able to break. They had an opportunity to break. The words will show up eventually. To break the runs of 2-4, 2-4, 2-4. Couldn't do it. Gave up the 2, turned the ball over, and now we're all tied at 48. I eventually got some semblance of a sentence out. And that guy just threw it out of bounds. We've seen that a couple of times. I don't know exactly what it is. That guy was in position. There was one time earlier when he just missed the throw, but it doesn't matter because Temple just threw it. They missed the throw. And they made a 3-pointer. Minnesota did. So the Golden Gophers make up for their mistake. Bury a 3 and put Temple back down. Kick out. Big 3 from the corner is good. Oh, and we have a fantastic game here between the Temple Owls and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Up, no, blocked. Oh, and it's in. Minnesota down 2 now. Not a position they've been familiar with. Being behind. We'll be here for another 7 seconds or so. Shot is up and good. 53 all, 309. Giddy up. I know it's supposed to be falling in. 53-53. Minnesota. Ooh, nice. Nice block. Temple will work their way back up the floor. They'll turn the ball over as well. Golden Gophers will work their way back up the floor. They'll settle into a half-court offense. Try and set themselves up for a nice look. You got like 4 people in there. Doing all of that just to lose it on the way up. He threw it as like a pitcher. The other owl was like, I'm 5 feet in front of you. Why are you winging it overhand? Calm down, man. Temple with the lead, 54-53. Shot up and good. So we're 2 for 2, under 2.5 to go with a 2-point lead. See what the Golden Gophers elect to do. Quick passes inside to go to Blocksville. Able to pick up the remains and put it back in the hoop. That sounded far more graphic than I intended it to. Shot up and good, so almost. Minnesota almost ran out of bounds with that ball. So now we're working with instead of 4-2, 4-2, we're looking at 2-4 or 2-0, 2-0. As far as the leads are concerned, that modeling is just break. Nice block by Temple. It'll remain Minnesota basketball. That is still a very nice block from the Temple Owls. Out of bounds. They threw it out of bounds. All that for nothing. Oh, all that for that. Oh, we're going down. And 57 all it is. 57, 57. Back and forth we go. The Gophers, they are golden. The Owls, they are red. They're not the red owls, they're just regular owls. Just wanted to add a color because they're the golden Gophers. Will we be saying GG's to the golden Gophers at the end of this? Matt Basket says we might not. We're all tied at 59 with 128 remaining. I think these are the two highest scores in the game. 59. Oh, we had a 67 earlier. 67 and a 62. Okay. It wasn't actually as close as I thought it was. Minnesota is going to come up with a turnover, though. And it rolls in off the rim. So Temple took a timeout, ended up turning the ball over. Minnesota made them pay. Now Temple has to take another timeout, try and regroup down to Minnesota, working with that pressure again. It's usually pretty effective. You got to throw the ball up the floor. There you go. Just have to break it once or twice, so slow down a little bit. You have plenty of time, obviously. 58 seconds, you got a lot of time. 4 timeouts, I believe, left. You know, obviously, you don't have to take a 3. We know Temple has a penchant for scoring in groups of 3. They're under 10 seconds. Passing up a number of open looks. They stepped out of bounds. Now they still don't have to foul. There's not a lot of time if they do, or if they continue not to foul. There'll be about 6 seconds. Oh, it worked perfectly. They saved the timeout. They saved everything there with that nice dive and coming up with the ball. Oh, 61-61 with 19 seconds to go. Oh, this game is fantastic. Oh, it's fantastic. Minnesota taking a timeout, making sure that's in frame. Not them, me. I'd hate to be like, they're taking a timeout. What the fuck? Okay. All right, here we go. Minnesota, 11 seconds. Under 10. Big 3 is going to be short. Tip up, no good. Minnesota had a rebound again. They're 3, 2, 1. They're going to go up. They're going to miss. We're going to overtime. We're going to overtime. Woohoo! Yes, overtime in the first round. Yet again, we get 5 extra minutes with the Gophers and the Owls. Gophers win the tip. Oh, this is fantastic. Fantastic. Oh. No go for the Gophers. No go for the Owls. Oh, no. 2 trips down the court, both each team with an offensive possession and no points to show for it. We're all knotted up at 61. Minnesota had a terrific chance and actually had a number of like 2 or 3 or 4 opportunities really to score. They had looked like a little tip that just didn't go in, and the final shot was just off. Temple works their way down the court quickly and scores 2, so it's 63-61. Golden Gophers up, they get blocked. Golden Gophers up, they get blocked. Golden Gophers up, it's out of bounds. Damn it. Under 4 to go. 1 minute away. We only have 2 points here in the overtime period, and it might be enough to, out of bounds Minnesota ball. Just kidding. Getting a little sloppy out here. Temple with a couple of blocks the last time out, and Minnesota just walked out of bounds. A very weird series of events. You don't want to take that double team on, my dude. Just kidding, you do, because you're going to score 2 points and tie it up at 63. He somehow threaded through the feathers. Could you imagine if that whole, their wings were hit boxes? They just... You have to get it through this. Good luck. They don't have big feathers. Boston College has huge feathers. Temple forces another turnover. They're up 2 with under 3 to go. I got distracted trying to do my stupid wing commentary. But that's what you come here for. That's why you're watching this video. That's why you come to twitch.tv/ShaunosaurusRex. Do you want to actually hear about a basketball game? No. Or would you rather hear about theoretical hitboxes of actual mascots? Shot is up and good. Minnesota now down 4. Gonna need to show a little bit of urgency. Just a little bit. They don't have to go crazy, but they also can't get blocked 6 times on one possession. Okay, what did I just say? That may have actually been a pass, and I just didn't see it. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, 2:11 here. 65-67. Minnesota could use, or needs a stop here. Use a stop is probably a better way to phrase it. Because they can afford to go down 4. Not that it matters. I wasn't even done with that sentence. I missed it. Big 3 for Minnesota. It's going to roll in 68-67, making the possibility of a 69-69 tie all but out of the question. Up and good. We have a 69, nice, 68 game here. Temple Owls leading. I mean, we still have an opportunity. Minnesota, what I need you to do is get fouled, make one of them, and we can have a 69. Probably won't go. Big 3, actually just a 2. No, that was a 3, excuse me. I'm sorry. I forgot Temple took the lead. Temple will take a timeout with 1 minute and 26 seconds. Down 71-69. Oh, man. Could you imagine if we go to double overtime? Because it's already almost 9 o'clock and there's like 3 more games. Stupid stomach. Temple working it inside. Pump fake. Back out to 3 land. Lots of congestion there in the middle. That'll work. Minnesota will take a timeout. 71 all. (71-71) under a minute to go. Minnesota working that 3. It's short. Offensive rebound is up. It's going to go. It's going to drop, and we're going to get an opportunity for 3-point play. The Golden Gophers. That feels like an excessive celebration, considering that he went like this, and then chest bump, and then missed the free throw. It still kind of works out almost, except for it doesn't. A couple of extra opportunities for points there. Temple down 2. Oh my goodness. Deep 2 is up and good. Good. It's 33 seconds left and we are knotted at 73. This game is never going to stop. Minnesota with the ball. 22.2 defensive foul called. There's no reason for Temple to do that. Temple picked it off. They picked it up off of the inbounds. The foul actually kind of worked in their benefit overall. Working their way down the court. Temple tied. 10 seconds left. Blocked up. No good. They still have it. He's frozen. 3, 2. It's gonna. Oh my God. At the buzzer. They didn't count it. They didn't count it. That didn't count. We're going to double. We're in double overtime. So I would like to interject something right here. I'm obviously flabbergasted that we're in double overtime at this point. I'm going to complain a bunch about, like, oh, did the refs goof it up in this video game? No, they didn't. I went back, looked at the footage the next day, and it turns out that the buzzer went off when the ball was technically in the Owls' hand. So everything was totally fine. It should have gone to double overtime. It probably shouldn't have, because they missed like a couple shots like right at the rim. But the game probably shouldn't have even gone into overtime in the first place, because Minnesota missed a couple of shots right at the rim. So it's going to sound like I'm very confused, but everything's totally fine. The game should have gone in to overtime number 2. That didn't count? It rolled around on the rim. It looked good. I thought it dropped. Three-point play for Minnesota. Temple's going to make a substitution. I cannot believe... I thought Temple won it at the buzzer. I could have sworn Temple won it at the buzzer. It went up, it bounced around a little bit, but I just wonder if the game cuts that short for some reason. Because there was another time... It had happened in a previous game as well. Temple up and in, 76-75. There was another game where it looked like the ball was kind of just hanging on the right side of the rim on a foul call. And instead of it being a potential three-point play, Temple with a nice pick there. Instead of it being a potential three-point play, you gotta pass that back. The defensive foul is gonna bail you out, but you had a guy screaming up the left side that you had like wide open for an easy layup. And they just must have, the game must have like called that it was done moving. Maybe it was done moving. Oh man, if Temple loses this game, man, oh man. But as it stands, we're in double overtime with 4 minutes remaining. We're all knotted up at 76. I can't imagine what that sounded like. As this is what happened. The game, it broke at the worst possible time. It broke under 10 seconds. And he threw it up, and it was short, but somebody else seemed like they got a hand on it as well. But, you know what? It is what it is. And we're all knotted up at 76 in double overtime. Oh my God. Go for, all right. It's a penalty. What a terrific game this has been. Temple will pay it back. A nice block of their own. What do we have here? Let's reset you here. It's 78-76. Minnesota off balance. Up and good. Temple big three. Short. 78 all here. 2:52 remaining. Second overtime. Minnesota. That was a nice defensive recovery there by the Temple Owls to get in position to slow that down. No. Go back. Oh, you had him up the left side. It's all right. Foul bails you out. You just have to make it count. I like that he came like into frame. He glitched into frame. It just said Minnesota on his front, but it was backward. Okay. First shot is good. So unfortunately, not proficient at the line. Only 1 for 2. 79-78. Maybe that's what this game needs. Just a one team having an odd number score. Ooh, another foul. Temple's going to go to the line yet again. 2:22 in the second overtime. 80-78 now. Ooh, Minnesota now still only down 2. Temple 50% from the free throw line in the last 2 possessions. Not what you want, obviously. Minnesota will now go to the line for 2. First shot good, 80-79. Starting to get into a little bit of Texas Tech, Ohio territory. 80-80. Knotted up yet again. I thought maybe we'd be bailed out when Temple had an odd number score, but no. They're garbage from the free throw line, but good from deep 2. 82-80. Minnesota moving the ball around, back out to 3. 3 range, point guard number 20. Nice spin move. Get in to where the game breaks again. Damn it, game. This has been a consistent problem in both tournaments that I've done. Shot up and good. Temple will take a timeout. We have 1:15 remaining in the second overtime. 82-82. Oh my God. Can you imagine this goes into a third overtime? It's going to really make me regret doing this on a work night. We still have 3 more games after this. Ten-second half court. The pressure defense really worked there. It was a turnover, not in the traditional sense of forcing an errant pass, but they took too long getting up the court. Interesting that the Owls' name is Hooter, considering that Hooters exists. The Hooters that was in the city I live in, or in the valley, the city I live in, now a church. And then the laundromat is now a weed store, and then the porn store was now a weed store. All kinds of good stuff. Things changing and other things changing. 84-82. Temple looks like they took a timeout, maybe? They don't have any left. 84-82, so they have to do everything without stopping the clock. You go, no. Not like this, Temple. Not like this. Makes you wonder why Minnesota didn't work their... Oh, we missed it! The animation bit him. He did exactly what he needed to do to get an opportunity for a turnover and a fast break. The game fucked the Owls. The game may have completely doomed the Owls out of this game. The video game may have doomed the Owls out of this game. They got to work quickly. You got to take a 3. No good. Oh, no good again. The Gophers are going to escape in double overtime. And a questionable series of events at the end of the first overtime. My hands were never on the controller. Since the start of the game, they've just been folded in my lap. Big 3. Well, that was a huge 3. 11.7 seconds left. You can trade 3s for 2s. Four-point game. Does Temple have... You gotta go. Go. Throw it up the court. You gotta go. No, not like this. Not like this. Oh, Temple. Oh my God. 89-85 double overtime. Oh no. Not like that. That sucks. That bites. It sucks when it all the ball needed to do was roll a little more aggressively toward the sideline. And it would have gone out of bounds. They may have been able to reset. They had almost exactly what you would want in that scenario. about 10 seconds left on the clock, and a missed free throw that leads you to being down 4, which means that even a 2 makes it a 2-point game, but a 3 makes it a 1-point game. Really a missed opportunity there, and I'm still not sure what happened at the end of that first overtime. I thought the ball dropped. I really thought the ball dropped. But as it stands, the Minnesota Golden Gophers will move on. Temple 85, Minnesota 89. After its double overtime thriller, Minnesota couldn't keep their momentum up. They lost in the second round to LSU, which means that 3 of the teams featured in these 5 September Mascot Madness games met their eventual doom to the third place finishing LSU Tigers. I'm guessing that Temple and Minnesota are going to hope that they play a little bit less basketball in the first round. Temple takes on Arkansas in the first batch of games, game number 5 to be specific. Temple takes on Arkansas in the first batch of games, game number 3. And Minnesota has to wait quite a while to try and best their efforts of a second round exit. They tip off in game number 5 on day number 4. So they'll be watching quite a bit of basketball before they hit the court. So where do you think these teams will end up in this year's tournament? Head on over to Challonge, that's CHALLONGE.com/March Mascot Madness 2, and let me know what your picks are over there. You can fill out a whole bracket, and be sure to tune in to the tournament, which tips on March 1st, 4 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/ShaunosaurusRex. We'll see you next week for another entry in September Mascot Madness's best games.